Now that he's gone, we'll start the show.
The Hardy are.
And we're back. Episode 88. This was supposed to be the
Collinsworth
show.
slide.
Psyched you out, dude. We told you to go. You totally missed the intro of the show. That's great.
He's safe.
I heard it.
We are back live and direct. I have my co-host as usual, Bryan Kern. Jordan Madra is joining us, and we have Volume's own Michael Barr with us.
Hello. Thank you guys for having me.
What's up?
Stoked to have you. It's been actually pretty cool to get Volumes on the show because we've been listening to this band for a while, and I've never got the opportunity to speak to you, so this is dope. We put it out there that we were doing this interview, and a bunch of people on Instagram were like, "Oh, dude, big deal! This is a big deal." I'm like, "Sweet." One guy even called Volumes the kings of the chorus in the scene right now. Thought that was it's a compliment, but it had so many parameters.
I'll take it.
Like,
I'll take the space gladly.
You're top notch. You're top notch in a bunch of other areas, but you're truly the best when it comes to those types of choruses. Just want to let you guys know.
Hey, that's
above it all.
fine.
I mean, if you're kings of choruses, you're doing something right. That's usually the most important part of the song. So
that's
if you're
what
the kings of
called.
you're the kings of choruses. Job well done. Great.
Yeah. I mean, that's a compliment to me.
I would say any musician would be like, "Thank you."
Yeah. Brian died.
100%.
Brian's back.
Yeah, that's great.
Has everyone's timeline this week just been stuffed with Spotify wrapped bullshit?
No, because I just don't pay attention to it.
We talked ours last week. I think
as soon as I see the Spotify stuff, I don't support Spotify, so I just anytime I see the raps, I'm just I don't give a shit. I hate Spotify. I got a very big vendetta against
I use Apple Music and I can't do any of that. It's like whatever.
What's your vendetta?
I was gonna ask. I didn't want to go.
Because they're the biggest company and they pay out the lowest.
Yeah,
that dude's worth $4.1 billion, and that just don't sit right in my soul. So you know what, Daniel Weck? Fuck you. Publicly saying it right here.
And we've been pulled. The live stream just went down.
Man, tell Jamie to pull some strings. You got Jamie over there working in a fucking box.
I was gonna say all the platforms that we're on. Thanks, guys. Just got thrown off of that.
Just got pulled off Google, Apple, Stitcher, or Pornhub.
I like all them, but I just don't like Spotify. That's just. But hey, everyone's used to them.
Oh, well, yeah. So my timeline's been all Spotify crap this week, and just everyone bragging about it, and people who are in local bands paying to get their numbers higher and then sharing that Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year. I'm on to you people. I know no one's listening to those bands.
Okay, yeah. I'm a stickler. I'm a stickler for this, and I'm sorry, Jordan. I hate to do this, but the only reason that I do this is because I don't use Apple. I do use Spotify, and we had a guest. I want to say it was Skaggs, who was like, "I don't care, just stream our music because it pays us anyways, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's a great fucking point. That's a great fucking point because but there needs to be transparency. You're seeing this in sports right now. There needs to be a transparency with pay, right? And there needs to be we have to hold these companies accountable, especially when you call Homeboy out and you say he makes whatever. Yeah,
especially when you're calling out billionaires on my show. Thanks.
Yeah. So here we go.
I'm never getting invited back again. Oh no.
Oh no, you'll be invited back. You'll need to pay off all these court fees and lawyer fees, bro.
Oh no.
Shit's headed to litigation.
Yeah, Skaggs is super positive and I'm
fair. Not. But so real quick, Spotify is low. Spotify is very low. Spotify is below Apple, Tidal. The highest is ironically Rhapsody and Napster. Yeah. Ironically, they're number one.
Outside got hit with it the worst.
Outside of
who uses Rhapsody? Isn't that based off Real Player from 98?
Yeah, that's insane.
Amazon Music is actually number one, paying close to almost a penny on the dollar to their artist, but they've got a bunch of other different levels within Amazon Music, so I'm excluding that. So Rhapsody and Napster 1, Tidal 2, YouTube Red. This is also weird. YouTube Red is number 4, and YouTube Original Content is number 9.
Isn't YouTube Red the premium?
It is.
I don't know anyone that has that.
I do. A couple people. Anyways,
it's the free trial.
There you go. You get it for a week, baby. Try that shit, or a month. Try that shit now. Point I'm trying to make: Spotify comes in at number 8, behind Amazon Prime, Deezer, and Google Play, and Apple Music at number 5.
What is Deezer?
Although I don't know. Although it does beat YouTube, it beats YouTube official content. I don't know what that means. It also beats. I'm assuming that you have to, as a content creator, I'm assuming you can be on YouTube Red or on just regular YouTube, and there's a difference in payout there. So that's probably what that is. But it also beats Pandora, which I think is pretty crucial, because not only is Pandora the cheapest paying streaming service, but they're also the least innovative. Their shit has not updated literally since 2013. It's the fucking same playlist. It's the exact same artist. Like, you can't find any new artists on Pandora, mind you, anything interesting to fucking listen to, because it's the exact same 20 songs in the algorithm. It's fucking annoying. But yeah, and there's like 6 or 7 other major streaming services out there. But yes, they're all low. They're all paying the artists literally under a fucking penny worth of a stream, and that's fucking not necessary. And they should definitely pay longer and keep listening to your artists.
Yeah.
So all these labels that are like playing Spotify playlists at their headquarters in order to get their artists paid more, they should all be using Real Player on like a Windows 98 PC.
We got the label. Labels are gonna start being like, go listen to the new single on Napster.
Yeah, dude.
Someone asked me this. Someone asked me this the other day at work, and I'm gonna go to Michael first so we can hear from him. But someone asked me when the last time I legitimately, illegally downloaded music. And I had to think about it, and it was probably 2017, the last time I went for a full album through like the Pirate Bay or something.
Are we confessing crimes on?
I
ain't incriminating myself, G. Like,
oh, come on, son. Come on. It's really.
I can't even remember. Mine would have to be like going out of my way, maybe like in my early 20s, or like when I like 2008, 2009. I honestly can't remember any time recently that I've downloaded like I'm trying to think of maybe a movie for tour or something like that on my computer, but like
fair. I'm definitely more music, but I mean, it's been a minute since streaming services really upped their shit.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, you're
definitely bootleg several copies of Via. But it was the times.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's it's like the amount of people that we put out a record, and the amount of people that were like, oh, I'm just gonna stream your record. I'm just letting you know that, like, I'm not even gonna buy it and purchase it. And I'm like,
my God.
Yeah, and I'm like, I mean, I love shit like that, so I'm just reminding them, like, hey, like, okay, well, thanks for letting me know. This is like my cousin. It's like my family members that are telling me this too.
A cold-blooded.
Yeah, so it's like, I think people still have that mentality where it's like, if you're gonna legally download it, you're gonna stream it for free. Like, who buys anything? Like, you know, I just had this conversation with my band. Like, it's hard to get people to buy like something besides a shirt, something besides a hoodie. Like your album, people aren't buying your album digitally on their computer. That's for sure. Like, there's people that are obviously understand how it works, like first week numbers, or people that, I don't know, just need to do that and buy it digitally. But let's be real, like, all of us are listening to this stuff free these days. So it's interesting.
It is. It's a crazy time.
Yeah.
Crazy fucking time, man. And I mean, because literally in our lifetimes, we fucking had Napster. We had a homeboy from fucking, and it's ironic.
God.
Maybe we can go into that story because it's irony at its finest. But Lars Ulrich, who fucking went out publicly against Napster and downloading music in the fucking late 90s and early 2000s. Fucking, I mean, that was our, we were literally
wrong.
We thought it was fucking straight. We're not talking about it on the internet because we're afraid that somehow it might come back to bite us in the ass. But bro, I mean, it's fucking, that's a time that we lived in. And like Lars Ulrich is now all of a sudden going to stream for free. You're going to do a live performance for
Metallica is going to stream their 40th anniversary concerts, two of them, for free $99. These guys,
Wow.
you know them, Metallica. They've been around since.
Who the fuck is that?
Is this a victory for the fucking? Is this a victory for the fucking fans over Lars Ulrich? What's up, B? What's up? You're playing for free.
He only held out like 20 years.
They're probably getting paid for the show, but they're streaming it for free. Like, you don't have to pay for the stream.
Right. We're getting our shit for free, Lars. And mind you, they're only playing Saint Anger. Still, it's worth it.
Well, that's why it's free.
No, they're only playing Saint Anger.
If you pay for the stream, you can see the Black Album.
Get the fuck out of here.
You think they're going to give us the Black Album for free?
You can't give me
a hit from it or something. Can I get
bottom shelf?
Can I get a good set? I don't want to say. I don't want to hear that shit. Get the fuck out of here.
They're gonna make sure Lars's snare sounds like absolute dog shit too.
Yeah, that's it.
He can't keep up, dude. He can't keep up.
That would be some shit if they were gonna give you like just Saint Anger for free. But if you want to like Ride the Lightning or Black Album, you gotta fucking like Oh man, you gotta pay up.
Our Patreon, stream those albums.
Subscribe to $100 a month Metallica Patreon.
Jordan was about to call out next week Metallica like he called out Homeboy from Spotify this episode. He's about to go.
Let's go.
I have been listening to Metallica.
I'm on fire right now, Brian. Let's go.
I've been listening to Metallica since 2004. You put out Saint Anger, and I gave you 1 year after that to put out some good shit, and you blew it, Metallica.
Dude, am I the only one that would rather have another documentary than a performance? I mean, what performance now is going to be better than what they've already done? I want to see the epic meltdowns. Like, the epic meltdown they had in some kind of monster. I want to see that shit. Like, that's the only Lars that I ever want to know. It just sounds stock. It sounds regular.
I mean, if they want to make new music, cool. Like, I'm sure, like who am I to say
like
they
Rolling
can't?
Stones making new music, man. Like, just
if they want to, they can too. They've been around long enough. We don't need it. But when you play live, I certainly don't want to hear like your word. Like, we're only gonna play our worst album and that's it. No other things. No other #1 hits. Just that. Keep that shit, bro. Fucking keep that shit. I don't want it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old guys playing metal is a no-no.
Yeah,
but I'm sure the people that Saint Anger's their favorite album, they'll go. I don't know.
I would think that they put out another documentary. That would be rad. I don't need to see them again live. That's, it's like bands get to a certain point where it's like you just don't sound good anymore. Like let's end it here. Let's go out with a good quality, ending concert.
No, he said, "Let's end it here," and I immediately started thinking of that Suicide Machine. There's a bunch of like those old dudes. Like Keith Richards is still at it, bro.
Keith Richards is going to outlive me, I think, man.
Put Michael Barr back on the big screen. Put Michael Barr back on the big screen. I have a question for him.
Big Barr.
Michael Barr, Big Barr. Long bars, we like to say. We like to describe things. We like to describe things here like sandwiches in their width, not their like ingredients.
What the fuck is he talking? Do I need to boot him?
Remember long sandwiches? You don't remember?
Oh man, that's too inside baseball.
And so, anyways, Big Michael Barr. Okay, thank you very much. How early? And I'm again. I don't know how old you are. We're in our 30s over here. I'm coming from a day,
bro.
I'm coming from a day where like Atticus Dragging the Lake DVDs were out, right? And you got a behind the scenes fucking look and your favorite bands and shit, Coheed, Thrice, every band almost for a minute was putting out some sort of special edition album that killed it with a DVD, right? And maybe you got like an hour or 45 minutes of like the band touring, right? Question number one, at what point does a band reasonably able to release a DVD? Right? You can't just be.
Oh, wow.
And the reason I ask this, I don't know if you guys know this, but there was a band back in the day called Cut You Up. And they were a fairly newer band. Cut You Up.
You Up.
Yes. And they toured with Blink-182. One of their first tours, like they were a decent band. Listen, they were a decent punk band. And they were like just chugging along, right? And they got to go on tour with Blink-182 and Jimmy Eat World. And they did a documentary called Riding in the Vans with Boys. And it basically documented them opening up for Blink and Jimmy
of Brian's life
when they were killing it, right? But Cut You Up never really did anything. You go to their Spotify discography and it's kind of low, right? But you have bands that did that successfully. They would release 1 or 2 albums, and all of a sudden you're getting a DVD, right? So at what point can a band reasonably do that and expect some sort of like decent, pull towards it? Because we're not seeing a lot of DVDs or video documentaries of bands nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I'm 31. So that, I guess, lands. I'm assuming like some of you are probably older. Some of you might be around my same age, but
I'm
that
25.
lands me like, well, that lands me like in the same phase when I was a kid, where I was like watching like VHS live performances of like stealing them from like my sister's room and stuff. So that was like pretty important for me in like my like start in music and getting stoked and influenced on playing live. And I think now it's a mixture of like, I feel like you don't want to do that until you're like at least 2-3 years in the game, and like there's some substance, and there's like a reason to. Maybe it's like for instance, like Knocked Loose, they just played like one of the biggest venues in their hometown. Like that's kind of a start documenting things, or maybe that's the first documentary style thing you do, which I think they actually did, or they're doing right now.
We need to get volumes in the Coliseum.
Oh man! Oh my God! That would be
90,000 loud.
Hey,
son.
if they could fuck a NASCAR race into the Coliseum, then we could pack in a volume show.
Hey, listen, I saw Metallica post Saint Anger at the LA Coliseum, sir. So you, my friend, are right there. Okay, you were right there. I saw them mid 2003. Shit you not, guys.
After the loss of respect, I don't know.
I saw them mid 2003, literally months after Saint Anger came out. They gave us 2 songs. Continue.
Wow. Well, yeah, no, and then
that's a bad time.
I think if it's like for a band like us, like that's something I wanted to do for Volumes, because it's like we've been a band for almost for 10 years now, basically, and we've had so much like ups and downs, ebb and flows, like really high highs, super low lows, and like at that point, I think it's a good idea to like, hey, can we like tell our story here? Like it's pretty interesting, and exactly, and I think the fans like love things like that. I think you just know as a band when it's kind of like you're going. I feel like it's when you're like going through something, or you've come out of something, and
oh man,
those are the times you want to document stuff. But it's interesting. No one does like cool shit like that anymore. Like it's rare that you find. Well, that's like back to my point. Like it's really hard to sell anything, especially compiling like a bunch of live footage onto a DVD or filming a show. Like it has to be pretty like the moment. It has to be a pretty big moment, I guess. Now
it has to be pretty.
Yeah,
and it's just going to be streamed. It's just going to be streamed now. Like you can't put out even a fucking DVD.
Yeah, if you make a documentary or your band, a documentary type thing about your band, you have to upload it to your YouTube. And even nowadays, you have to wonder, does anyone even have the attention span to pay attention to a 45-minute hour documentary about a band?
Right.
Like,
I have a suggestion.
People like almost don't. People don't care about just like big. Like people don't even want albums. They're like, just give us singles.
Totally.
It's fucking
you
crazy.
Could release the live performance.
Everything we know
as
is
an
different.
NFT.
Oh God! Shut the fuck up. Boot yourself, please, and let's get to the real questions here. God damn it, we're gonna get. I mean, we can get started, boys. We can get started, and I feel like I got some questions.
I had Cowboy Bebop news, bro. Are you sad that Cowboy Bebop's gone? Come on.
Come
on. One season of Cowboy Bebop, and Netflix decides to take it off the air.
Do it better, Netflix. Do it better, Netflix. Hey, listen to this. I will say this. I'll give Cowboy Bebop a win over fucking the Game of Thrones spinoff, because that motherfucker shot a pilot for $30 million and isn't even making it to a season. Isn't even making it. Wow. Okay, son. So,
man, they should have gave me that 30 mil.
All right, cover some news because I gotta grab another beer and then we can get to
the no one cares. Get out of here. You're not crucial to the show, anyways.
Oh my God.
So Kurt Cobain's house is on sale. All right, Brian, do you care about Kurt Cobain's house?
I was just gonna say that I heard that.
Okay, well, you can hurt it and you can be hurt. I don't care. Kurt Cobain's house is for sale.
Nice house.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice house. This is supposed to be his childhood home. I don't think it's the home he actually,
did the deed in.
Or Courtney, whatever theory you want to believe. The home is going to cost you a cool $279,900. You may be thinking that's a lot, but that is only $279,887 more than it cost to buy the crappy Nirvana Nevermind remaster they did this year. It's awful. Why would you remaster a Nirvana album and make it sound like it came out today? Kurt would be rolling over in his grave.
Yeah.
Or whatever's left of him.
Was that just as bad as it was when he warmed up with the joke?
No, I didn't tell it yet.
Jeez, that was...
I'm just kidding. I totally told it. They did do a remastered album, and it was bad. Okay, you shouldn't do that to Nirvana. They don't need that shit. But if you want to get it, you can buy it. It comes complete with edited lawsuit-inducing baby dick album cover. It's also fucking stupid.
That was quite crazy when I heard about that.
Damn it!
It was just so concerning because I felt like until up that point, like being on that album cover was like his whole fucking personality. And
it is. He got a tattoo about it. It is his personality.
Yeah, like bro, like if I'm like defending, like if I have to like be the lawyer against that guy, I don't know the fucking terminology. I'm stupid, but I'm literally gonna be like, look at that dude's tattoo. He loves this shit.
That's true. I'd be so stoked for my whole life. You would hear one complaint. I would be like, yeah, that's me,
bro.
Imagine how the little girl on the Korn album cover feels. She probably thinks it's cool as shit.
And you know what's crazy? For his entire life, he never said a word, and then all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, let me get some money.
If you had a publicist, I'd get him on the show and ask him how many times he had to use the fact that he was on that album cover to get laid.
I was gonna say, you mean to tell me you've never once dropped that? No, my question.
And then I'd boot him.
What's this lawsuit? Is he not getting paid or something? Like
No, he was saying emotional distress and like trauma, like he's fucked up over it, and child pornography.
Oh, he's taking a stupid stance. Oh, I get that. That'd be so great if he's just getting bullied in his DMs. If people are like, "Oh, what's up, baby dick? Oh, yes, tiny ass wiener. Oh, dude, your dick's so small."
Look, I was 2.
I was a baby.
What are you talking about?
I was a fucking baby, bro.
People don't forget.
My dick's not small.
People don't forget. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Wonderful.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
It's the important part of this show.
Yeah, we fucked around for 22 minutes. We're good.
Oh lordy. All right. Volume's new album Happier is streaming everywhere, like literally everywhere. You can probably go buy some physical copies too. You know what? Make sure you stream this on Rhapsody with Real Player and Napster. Let's line the pockets of volumes on those streams. Make them really count.
Stream it on Pandora, please.
Go on Pandora. Kids, get your parents' permission to steal their credit card.
It'll immediately throw you into like this really weird algorithm that'll no doubt include Atreyu, Bring Me the Horizon, and like fucking who knows what. August Burns Red, but they're only playing their fucking Christmas covers. That shit you not. They're only playing their fucking Christmas covers. The opener to Redeemer, which is their fucking whitewashed. That one
keeps going. I'm gonna boot them.
And a fucking another one, dude. You're getting 3 songs from them. That's it. And you're probably gonna get As Lay Dying pre 2006. So you're only getting the first 2 albums. You're not getting anything post 2006.
It's like you using your brother's account on Real Player.
Exactly. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like fucking using your iPod Shuffle from 2008. You only have 126 songs.
I only listen to volumes on my Zune.
That's what they're doing. The Pandora servers are just iPod Shuffles. They're just 126 songs.
Zune are just Android iPods.
Your Zune's all fucked up. So like all the songs are like malevolent _ happier _MP3.
That's a brilliant idea, Zune. Microsoft, you fucking bring that bitch back with Android on it.
No. Okay, Brian's full of bad ideas tonight. We don't need more Zunes. We don't need more alternatives.
From a former Zune owner, just nah. We don't need him. The need for Zune has passed.
We were about to interview Mr. Barr, and now we're talking about fucking Zunes.
Hey, that was fucking.
That's Brian's fault, right?
Jordan started it.
Yeah, I'm a boot again. I'm a boot him out of spite.
Jordan started it.
The new album, Happier, streaming everywhere. Stream it on every single device in your home simultaneously. Alexa knows what it is. Make sure you do the upward inflection because it's happier with a question mark. So, Michael, are you happier?
I'm happier now that I'm talking to you boys. I know we tried to do this a couple of times, and I fucking am nursing this gnarly injury right now. So I've been like in commission, out of commission. So I'm stoked to be here. And
what did you do?
Good.
Was it gang related or?
Yeah. Well, no. I rocked and I rolled too hard on this tour. So it was in forget what city it was in, but I was running around on stage doing my thing, and I turned my neck the wrong way, and I just immediately felt this pain, and now that pain has grown into like a 3 millimeter bulge disc in my 6'7" cervix.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh no, son.
Pretty nasty. Yeah, I've been here before though. I've dealt with this injury in my lower back actually, like in 2008. So I'm not used to it, but I'm like I know what I need to do, and I know that I can get better, which is like I'm holding on to that. But it's been like heavy, dude. I've been my whole left side of my body from here down just feels like mush. Like I've lost muscle mass.
No,
like it's been a ride. Yeah, it's been a ride.
Son. Hey, speedy recovery, bro. Are you on the I mean, injuries suck, dude. Are you on the process of like it is going to get better? Like you just got to go through your therapy and shit?
Yeah, it's gotten better, slightly better already. Like I was in so much pain I couldn't even like sit up straight or talk. And
do you need surgery?
Probably not, but I'm finding that out on Monday. I'm gonna go talk to my doctor. He says it's not really necessary. But he said if I do go to a neurosurgeon, he's gonna definitely tell me that I need surgery. So it's playing that game of like, like you can take a longer road and probably do PT and be fine in the end, or like get it done quicker with the surgery. But I don't know. My experience with surgeries, I've had two, and like I don't know. I didn't have good surgeons, to be honest, and it wasn't a great experience. So
that happens a lot.
Yeah, it's a common tale. It's a common tale.
They're just people. They're just people doing surgeries and shit, right?
Just let anybody cut somebody open, huh?
Yeah. It wasn't so much like the surgeon. Like the surgeon just wasn't. He wasn't a bad surgeon. It was more just like the experience was gnarly, and I was having like back surgery, like spine surgery, and he was just super cold, and I was scared shitless. I was like 18 years old, and I ended up re-injuring myself in a different way. So it had nothing to do with him. It was just like the vibe. I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this.
Major surgery. Yeah, you got to be kind of empathetic and a little welcoming in a way.
Most surgeons are just like, it's just like it's like another day for them. It's just you're like another client. So
yeah, you're just another paycheck.
Yeah, they're just like, it's like 5:30 in the morning, right?
That's why the neurosurgeon wants to.
5:30 in the morning.
The neurosurgeon wants to catch you open.
Why is every surgery at the crack? Can't we have a noon surgery ever? It has to be 5:30 in the morning all the time.
Yeah, and I can't lie. I'm not really trying to get have somebody they just woke up like.
No. You're gonna try. No. I'm chiming in because I've heard this. I've heard this, and I'm sure it's fucking. I've read it enough to where I'm like, man, that is a real thing. Here's what you want. You do want your boy up early in the morning because most people in those types of professions are morning people. They get up, they have a routine that they stick to. So they've had their coffee, their breakfast, they're ready to go. You don't want somebody at 4 p.m. ready to go home. You don't want somebody at 2 p.m. who might have to pick their kids up who wants to get out of there. You don't want somebody that's coming out of a post-lunch coma, ready to take a nap.
You don't want someone like me who makes sure that I take a fat dab before I leave for work.
If that's how you work under pressure, you want them. Yep, you wake. If wake and bake is how you work,
that's what I'm gonna do.
Wake and bake,
I'm gonna chop them up, be like, hell yeah.
Dude, I hate that we're talking about this. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. Thank God it's only a cleaning, but I'm going after work. I'm going at 4 o'clock, and I'm just like, yeah.
Dentist for sure.
Dude. You know it's Friday.
Dude,
what's your dentist's name?
Oh no,
Dr. Isaac Yankum.
No.
I've always wanted to write a movie about a dentist that's just like super successful. Well, actually, no, fuck that. Not super successful. He's got to be like mildly successful, or he's barely making it, but he's just the gnarliest drug addict. And like after he comes in all hungover, he comes in like finding like empty bags of blow in his pocket and stuff, and the next day in the fucking room and shit. Like dentists can be like, they're the interesting guys, dude. Every dentist I've gone to, I'm like, you for sure have a checkered past. I don't know what it is about you, but there's some weird.
I feel like every single dentist is in it for the money. Where like you might find a doctor that's like, oh, I just want to help people. No dentist is passionate about your mouth. They're passionate about that check.
I just really love teeth.
Yeah. No one gives a fuck about teeth or tongues. Like unless you're like, fine ass woman. Ain't no one cares. Come on. Ain't nobody cares.
A moment of vulnerability here, but I legit got my wisdom teeth pulled January of 2020, and it was.
Do I boot them?
By no. I'm being real. By far one of the worst experiences I've ever had. No joke, gentlemen, and I'll go into detail later if we need to. I got in the car afterwards, and I legit just started crying.
Wow. Yeah.
I was like
sitting
there,
but I love stories of you crying.
I was like sitting there, and I don't. I mean, okay. So first,
oh no, I was kidding. I really don't want to hear about it at all. I'm just totally kidding.
I can't. It's too far. I can't. It's too long.
We were doing an interview at some point.
Yeah, we were. That'll be a part of the premium. That'll be part of the YouTube Red content where they, pay us a bunch of shit.
Now that tour's over and you're fully injured out for the season, I got to take you out my fantasy lineup. Do you like the reaction? Do you like the reaction that the album has received so far?
Yeah, I mean it's been wild. We knew we had a good album, and we knew that these songs were big and special to us, and we had them for so long. This album took 3 years to make, and then the whole rollout's another 5 or 6 months. So when it came out, it's like we thought, we just were glad it was in the public and we could like finally have that moment of like closure when it comes to putting music out. And then beyond that, like the response was just insane. We didn't expect it to go over so well and get as much press as we did. So that was just icing on the cake, kind of like getting off this crazy tour for 4 weeks. And then the album came out on like the 19th. We had a show on the 20th, and then we had that whole week off to reacclimate and be at home and just kind of soak in the feedback. So it was pretty cool.
How did you guys navigate last year with the pandemic? Is this an album you recorded and sat on?
Yeah, so the album was started before I even joined back in the band in 2019, like early 2020. It was already in motion, and I was coming in as a kind of a producer, extra ear to help with just the songs, like at first. And I was just going to help write vocally and help with the placements and stuff. And then it speedballed into me coming back as a full member. So we really started writing sessions. And when I kind of agreed to it, we were basically writing, and then we had to leave for like a week to go do 2 shows. So I did my first 2 shows back with the boys, and then it was Japan and Hawaii, which is crazy to think I was that close to China at the time. And then we flew back, I was home for 3 days, I think, like in the mid-February, and everything shut down immediately. So we were planning on going right back into the studio here in the studio that we usually work out of in Woodland Hills. And the owner of the studio was under like strict protocol too. So we couldn't even use our like normal creative environment. So what we did is built a studio in our bassist room, or his extra spare room, and turn that into like what we could do with budget constraint, and just like, you rent these studios because the gear's already there. So we're like scrambling and asking people to borrow stuff. So we were kind of like bouncing around to wherever we could to make the album. And at first it was really sketchy and I hated it. And then I got used to it and acclimated, and we just we just wanted, honestly, like it got to the point where we just wanted to be done with it. We were like, this is like this isn't ideal and it's going good, but like we just want this time to be over with. Like making music in like 4 or 5 different locations is like super hard to do, and
it's difficult and it's not ideal.
Nothing sounds the same. It doesn't. You can have the same plugins, you can transport the same gear, but it just like it doesn't. You don't even if you're not even recording live instruments, it's just there's something about it where shit just doesn't sound the same. So yeah, it's like one place is the best place to do it. So we had to like sift through all those sessions and go through stuff that sounded off and like re-record it, and then yeah, we were good. It was quite the process,
dude.
but
that sounds so tedious and so
it was.
Yeah,
but honestly, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was fun. I was.
Are you happier now that it's fucking over with? Well, holy shit!
I was just thinking, like, it's probably fun for me because I was like, it was, the new guy back in the band, and I haven't really done this format of music in a while, so I was like having a blast. The other guys have been working on it, for already a year, so it's kind of, it kind of was all, hit every emotion, but it was beyond it being tedious. It was a lot of fun, and we got to record in Venice a lot of the days. So we were like not even a mile from the water. We were just like totally
badass area.
Yeah, like I love, I like surf and I skate and stuff like that. So I was just like going to the beach and coming back. So that was pretty rad. Yeah.
When you left the band, I was still doing like a primitive version of the podcast. I had tons of people like, dude, Michael Barr, solo career, dude, he's doing this, he's doing everything. What made you come back to the band? It's something I didn't expect. I have no idea what goes on behind the scenes. Like, that was cool.
Yeah. So I was going through a period where I was putting out solo music, and that was a super hard trajectory for me to do. It's all self-funded, and I was hopping in rented cars, like vans and SUVs, and doing these like 2 to 3 week tours, playing in front of like no one, and just best. Really like, right, the coolest times. But just kind of like at the end of that rope for that duration, at the end of like 2019, I was just like, am I even gonna like put another song out or do another solo tour? And then I always stayed close with the Volumes guys, and we reconnected over the producing, which basically just organically led to them like being like, hey, like we would really like you back in the band, and we really want to do this still, and we're in a position where like everything's about to stop if we don't find like another vocalist for the band. So it just, it kind of, the timing was kind of intense the way it all went down, but it was just a friendly phone call, and like, just like, hey man, like, we've been meaning to ask you this, are you into it? And at that time I was like, yeah, I'm really sick of like funding my own tours and playing in front of zero. I mean, literally like some of the shows, there'd be like 7, you're on stage and you're like, is there 7 people here? You're looking and you're like, there's definitely 7 people here. We drove all night long to get here. Like, holy shit.
Is there more outside? So, are they like not inside yet?
I mean, super humble. Yeah, right. It was like super humbling and stuff like that. And I love the road. So, I mean, honestly, like some of those tours were the funnest times on the road. And like the shows were the worst. So like everything in between was super sick and rad. And then you would like show up to a venue and you're like, yeah, like this is why I'm out here though. Like this is,
it's like it's band practice. Great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. No, it's like band practice for 3 weeks, but you do, that's part of it too. Like going on stage now, like my first show back it was in Japan. It was a festival with my first show back with Volumes. There was 7,000 kids. God. There was 3 areas of this huge like shipyard in Nagoya, and there was about like 60,000 people at this festival, and then just in front of our stage was 7,000 people, and it's like going from those frustrating shows with no one there to like all those people in front of you. It's like fuel. Like you're like ready. Like I was like, everyone's like, are you nervous? I was like, nope, I'm ready. Like I've been wanting this again. So it's
a
like
return to form.
Yeah,
right?
dude.
From
It's
doing
like,
it.
yeah, it's addicting. It's for sure. Like playing shows is addicting. It's like I'm super hooked. So the bigger, the better. Obviously, yeah.
That's crazy. 7,000 to 7,000 people. No, that's a hell of a story.
Yeah.
Volumes as a band has been through so many trials and tribulations. Is like perseverance the glue that holds the ship together?
Yeah, I think you have a group of guys that have been grinding in various bands their whole lives, including this one. And I can safely say that each guy in the band's just like super hungry to make it. Now at 31, 35, we span the whole gamut in this band, just make this like what we do for a living. At one point you want to blow up and be the biggest band and the biggest bus with the, all that stuff and make money and buy houses and stuff like that. And you start out and that's a great thing to aspire to. Typically it doesn't happen. Then you get to a point where you're just like, if we can do this and not work a desk job, like sign me up. And that's kind of where we're at. And I think has been, the slow burn here for this group of guys is just realizing like what's important and the priorities with like the music industry and ever changing music industry. It changes every month, every year. So I just think, perseverance between all the ups and downs. I mean, there's been times, even during the pandemic, there was a couple times that we almost pulled the plug because we didn't understand how we were going to get through things or afford things. And, I think by now, anybody that's like a fan of music or a fan of a band with like how accessible people and everything is, understand that like it all costs money when you're independent artists. Like it's extremely hard to like maintain a level that you get to, if not break through and get even bigger. So we're just like, we want the vehicles to get bigger. We want the shows to get bigger. We've been doing it for 10 plus years. Like our bodies are falling apart. Like we're old, but like, there's also this side of it that's like, it's like a drug. Like we hear the word tour, we hear the word road, and we're just like, what? Like, and you're just like, we love touring as a group of guys. We love playing shows. And I think selling records is great. And having like, big residuals off streaming is one thing. But for us, we just love, hitting the road and working as hard as we can.
It'll definitely do a number on you.
Yeah. Man. And beautiful, great question, Matt, because that was along the lines of what I had, right? I was gonna more so ask, what are some characteristics or some maybe some pieces of advice you could give a young band, right? Because first departing the band and then coming back and returning, that's like a success story in of its own. And you don't see that a whole lot. You see a lot of bands that give up and like you said, collapse under all the weights and these pressures that you could experience, right? Being an independent band, having to do it all yourself. So what are the couple pieces that you guys really mesh well together on, or you guys really come together well on, or, what makes the band successful going through all these trials?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, first, just for any advice to anyone, I think you have to just really want to do this and play music. Like I said, like, I think everyone wants to, we all have that dream in school or wherever. We want to be a rock star. We want to be famous and we want all the accolades and stuff. And I'm still chasing that, right? Like, that's something that's like, I'm still that kid inside that's like, how much bigger can this get and stuff like that. But I think, it's just a matter of like having that passion and just having like the drive to go see places and do that while playing music. And it could be that simple. And I think everyone gets caught up in like content and numbers and streaming and merch and all this stuff. And like, that's where we're at and that's what it takes. But there's also a bunch of bands and a bunch of people that are like touring and doing all this groundwork. And the amount of kids or artists that I know here in LA that have never played a show or have played maybe 2 shows in the last 5 years and have full careers, and they're signed to labels and have houses that are paid for, and they don't even know how to play a show. So it's kind of just the double-edged sword of the industry, and it's very easy to like focus on those things and not understand why someone who hasn't put in the grind, hasn't been in a van that's broken down, hasn't had to change a tire on the icy road, like gotten like all those crazy things that happen on tour. I just feel like that's the route you want to take. Like you want to play shows, you want to build up your fan base outside of the internet. Like it was when we didn't have there was no Instagram when I started touring. So
you want to earn it a little bit. Earn your stripes, God damn it.
Yeah, that would be my advice, is like get out there, sure, do content, do all this fucking bullshit that we have to do, but like, you know, it's about playing shows, it's about like honing that live aspect. If your band's sick live, you're going to be successful. I don't know how successful, but you probably won't have to like work at Target or sell insurance, you know, like that. So
it definitely means something.
Yeah, and I'm such a proponent of like live music, and that saved my life, and that's why I'm talking to you guys today. It's not because of Instagram or the internet. So I'm just like, you got to have those experiences, and we all know there's nothing like, you know, jumping in a van and hitting the road with your buddies. So
there's an art.
Nobody's going to say Instagram saved their life. I'm just going to point that out.
Yeah,
I was going to say there's an art to, much like being a studio musician.
TikTok saved my life. Save me, TikTok.
Saved my life.
TikTok's also ruined some lives. And this the show is proof. If you want to go back in the
save me, grind.
Oh no. You know, there is something special about a live musician, or even a studio musician, right? Because how many times do we see? We saw this with our friends in Dance Gavin Dance on this most recent tour, right? Their drummer Matt, doing better now, but he hit a rough patch and had to go seek some help. And you had the Icy Stars drummer, who was filling in as their drum tech on the tour, take over, you know. And you have these, like, if you can be a solid musician and be in this culted group. Did we boot Jordan? Why did we boot Jordan?
I did not boot him. I thought he left because you brought up Dance Gavin Dance.
Oh no.
He lost connection, so I just like
all right, that's fair. I was like, usually he only leaves if you insult Mac Miller. So
no, oh god. But anyways, that you're right. There is a certain art and a certain there's a certain skill set.
Je ne sais quoi.
No, I wanted to go there, but it's not. It's
no, I love that word. I never get to use it.
It's a say it again. Go ahead. Oh, okay, all right. I was gonna lie. Je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais quoi. No, but there is a certain skill set that is earned in that realm, right? And especially for a band that's built a reputation. You're not around for 10 years successfully, continuing to build a name on yourself if you're shitty at shows, you don't have a good reputation with your fan base, and you are just a crap band. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so there is something to be said for all of that.
Yeah, I think that's also that's it too. Like, if you could be two types of artists, and it's like the one that's successful and, like I said, like has all the numbers and is getting all the streaming revenue, and like, but just has no idea how to act on stage. And I've seen it, and I'm pretty sure we've all seen it, where like I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of first shows. I've seen a lot of like my girlfriend's sister's a little younger, so when I'm hanging around her and she's on like scrolling through TikTok or Instagram, I see a lot of these YouTuber influencers saying like, it's my first show, like this is and they document it, and it's like my first show, and it's like typically always at the Roxy out here in LA or something like that. And to me, I'm just like, I wouldn't be making such a big deal out of it, and it just seems like this might be your only show, and this is why you're documenting it. This is weird, because it's
this is my only show.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's just, I'm like,
I would be way more honest.
Would you guys ever want anyone to fully? I would never want anyone to follow me around for my first show, like my first.
There's something to be said. That should be the first piece of advice. Yo, first show, 7 people. 7 people. Like, you want to talk about 7 people? First show, 7 people. It need to be in your first show.
First show is like 100,000 people, and then pull the curtain back and go.
My first show was my first show was a backyard, and I faced away the entire time. My back was towards them the entire time. That's how fucking. That's how scared
Would you pull a fucking Maynard? Like, just
and I had to clean sing. So every now and then I turn around, I'd sing, and I turn back around. My back would be towards it. And I turn around and I clean sing.
I've seen Periphery before.
So nervous.
So nervous, dude. No, I wasn't nervousness. It was embarrassment because I was fucking playing that stupid shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's crazy. Yeah.
It was my first show. I just chickened out and didn't show up. So there's that story. I'm kidding. That's fucking awful.
That'd have been hilarious.
No, it was pretty bad though. I'm glad I was tone deaf that night and couldn't hear myself. It would have been bad. What do you think has been your highest point in this band? And your lowest point, like going from 7 to 7,000, the highs and the lows.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would say now. I mean, the tour we just did was the best tour I've ever been a part of. Like, just running smoothly, and the vibe was great, and shows were packed and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun, but. I think right now is that moment for me, and I think the lowest was the day I decided to leave. I just remembered it was so clear to me that I had to step away and pull the trigger, and just really hard, like I got like physically sick trying to make the decision because I just was so. It was like we were about to blow up, and we just got off these world tours with like a Mice and Men when like Austin Carlisle was still in the band, and they like decided to take us like to Europe. Like, we did a US run and then we did a Europe run, and it was the same tour, and we were the only band from the package in the US that like went over with them to Europe and just direct supported them basically, and had like locals open for us in Europe. And like that was the last thing I was holding on to. I was like, we got this insane tour, like with this great band that's like, they're at that point they were like fucking.
They were running things in metalcore,
yeah,
for
I mean,
sure.
They
were
the
top
like,
of the genre.
Like, you couldn't even like. The security thought we were like lying to get in the venue some days because they were such a big deal, and we were like, no, like we have tour passes, like. I promise you, we're on this tour like that. I've never been with a metal band that's like that big, and there's like hundreds of people like in the morning at like 10 a.m. outside of the venue. So like we were like, I was like coming off that high and being around that environment, going like, wow, like that's a possibility for a metal band. Like, this is insane. And here's my metal band, and we know these guys, and but like internally, I'm like, oh my God, what? I can't be around any of these people, and this is insane, and this environment is horrible. And I was just like, like, what do I do? And that for me was like probably the darkest time, like for me in Volumes, was just like making that phone call and deciding to pull the plug the first time. It was pretty intense.
That's something that, not to go down that road, but I feel like the mental health aspect of this scene and this just metal in general, there's something about it. There's movies made about it, documentaries, there's actual shit that goes into like the artistry behind metal music, and it's something different, man. I mean, look at who we've had. Cobain. However you want to look at it, it's all derived of rock and heavy music, right? There's just a certain aggression to it, man, that just is.
Yeah.
It's something, and building on top of that, it's a hard career path, and it's a hard endeavor to embark upon. And like you say, it's a lot of nights in front of 7 kids. It's a lot of nights of fucking being in bad environments. It's a lot of nights being in front of 1,000 kids. We talk about
like every time we have a band on, we always bring up local bands think getting signed is the end game. Like, signed, done, I'm famous.
That's the start of a whole new
everything's
problem.
Good now. We're set. And it's like, no, you're operating on you're playing the game for real now. You're operating as a business.
You're in the amusement park.
You have the real resources to go out and be a band. And a lot of people we watch, dude, look at all these bands. Like, go look in your CD collection, like when you used to buy CDs back in 2008, and look at how many of those bands didn't make it. It's like it's Mice and Men, it's Prada, and that's it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, every couple of weeks we're just like, are we still gonna do this stuff? I mean, and not in a we're gonna be fine. We're gonna not going anywhere, but you can't.
Whoa!
Can't,
are you like teasing a break? Don't tease a breakup. Bro.
No, but
I'll clickbait the shit out of that.
You can't not have those moments where it's like we have to pump ourselves up and just be like we chose this style of music, like this is. And that's, I guess, more to like the advice factor I would tell someone or anybody is like, especially when they're like, I want to be in a band that screams like that is like heavy, It's like sick. I'll be listening, but like I don't know how many more people will be, and you have to like they're like
you don't want to be a niche band or niche artist. Like you guys are a good example because like especially with Happier, being the kings of choruses and whatnot. You're not pigeonholed to any one genre. Like you could step out and do other shit.
Yeah, but that's a clear conscious effort for us to like understand. Like we can't just put out an album with. We can put out album with menacing heavy breakdowns and
you could be generic as shit if you want. Yeah, totally. I'll buy it.
But
I'll buy Via Part 2 all day, bro.
Right, but that's us going like, okay, we need to level up here. Like we need to. Makes like for us where we're at, we need to make songs with massive choruses that connect with as many people as it can, that can get radio play, that can we with these choruses we're gonna fucking take this as far as we can, and that's where we're at. And I think like, listen, there's bands that do not want to do that, and all they want to do is have everything sound like it's low quality and lo-fi, and those are some of my favorite bands.
I love low quality metalcore. It's still like my favorite genre.
Or just like, I don't know, like a 3-piece hardcore band that's like has no bass. Like I'm in. Like it's just we fucking recorded this in our garage. It's just like, and some of those bands are the happiest and like successful.
Settle the Sky
bands.
Still has my EP of the year, by the way.
Yeah,
Shout outs to our boys. Shout outs to our boys. Settle the Sky. The Kings. The Kings of mid-grade. The Kings, no, it's a valid point. The Kings of mid-grade produced metalcore.
You can't call that.
Yeah, I can because they absolutely are. They are that album sounded just as much as 2008 as I remember it, baby.
I think there's something great about there's like this, not this movement, but there's bands that don't want like the sickest mastering of this because they don't want that sound. They want a more nostalgic, old school sound, and like. For my band, that's not a thing, but I just think that goes to like knowing what you want to do. Like you want to be in a band like that, great. Like make it as weird and low grading as possible.
I only want to chug in the crabcore stance, son. That's all I want to do.
Write music in binary.
Oh, dude,
just all I want to do. If I can't do this on stage to it, I fucking quit the band.
I fully like skipped that stage, the crabcore stage. That was like walked past that stage every Warped Tour. It was just like, okay,
you fucking crab walked past it, or what?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want none of this.
Oh yeah, I fucking hate those
crabcore while eating crab legs.
Yeah, definitely don't release crabcore music in 2021, Wetzel. No, I'm just kidding. Let's do a speed.
I know, yeah. I don't know if you know this. They're touring, right? They're touring with Eskimo Callboy.
I am ecstatic that Attack Attack's going with Eskimo Callboy, but that's
coming to Austin, baby.
That's for a completely different, poorly rated episode.
Real quick question. I don't mean to divert, but next week on the 17th, are we having a show, like an actual live show?
I don't know. Did I send you an appearance fee? All right, let's get to the speed round of the final questions of this interview. All right, I got a few lined up here. It's going to be quick, and they're going to be maybe some California themed ones since we're also Cali boys. What would you say the top 3 things that have influenced you as an artist?
No Doubt, the band, No Doubt, old school, No Doubt though.
I thought you were just saying the phrase "No doubt." ...
No doubt.
My dad's 52 Telecaster and
Telecaster
and
Telecaster.
Like, probably like Ringo Starr. I was like huge Ringo Starr.
Okay,
guy.
I would not have guessed those two at all.
Starr?
Wow, way out.
Yeah. Wait, it's
Favorite
all over for me.
Favorite song to perform?
Favorite song to perform would probably be. Oh, this is a hard one.
Yes. Why is it Wormholes?
It's not. It's definitely not Wormholes. I mean, on this tour, probably Bend on this one because like everyone was waiting for us to play that song, so I'd have to say that one on this tour.
Very good choice.
I'm trying to go
Del
as fast
Taco or In-N-Out?
Two. Those both are up here for me.
They're both banging, right? That's all we want to hear, really.
That's all we want.
You know what? I'm probably gonna have to go with Del Taco.
Thank God, In-N-Out fucking sucks.
Yeah, In-N-Out.
Get the fuck out of here, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with.
No, he said In-N-Out sucks.
Yeah, but In-N-Out's still a California thing. We're not insulting In-N-Out. We're just choosing Del Taco over it.
You know what? Listen though.
You know what, Permani Brothers, get the fuck out of here.
Their shit salty as fuck lately.
Look, In-N-Out's way better than Whataburger.
I got In-N-Out the other night. It wasn't that bad, but it's a decent burger for the price. Beyond that, the shakes are awful and the fries are awful.
Yeah, that's my P. Terry's fries. P. Terry's fries all day, son. P. Terry's
fries are deep fried fucking toothpicks. Literally, I hate them.
No, they're not even deep fried. They're normally soggy.
I feel like this is slander. This is just slander, and my lawyer.
He has a point. He has a point.
Stab through the roof of my mouth while I'm eating.
So does Captain Crunch, and it's delicious.
That's where it's wrong, son. When I go to In-N-Out, I ask for them to be well done because they're fucking
we know the way you ask for them to be well done, Brian. They're all right. Get all you get out of here. All right. Are you a hip hop head?
Yeah, more so than like rap. Yeah, hip hop, like fucking, and like New York boom bop, like, or boom bap hip hop is like what I'm into more so than anything. Griselda. I like Conway a lot right now. There's a lot of I like. The Fugees was like, I was huge into the Fugees as a kid, but that's like Jersey. Classic. That's not really New York.
Classic.
It's East Coast. East Coast has a style, son.
The East Coast vibe is like is what I prefer.
I can totally appreciate it. A little weird coming from an LA guy, but totally appreciate it. I mean,
I mean, he's only living in LA.
You're not an LA guy through and through. Where the hell are you from, bro?
No, I am. But listen, this place is insane.
Wikipedia doesn't lie.
No, yeah, I was born and raised in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Okay, it lied about that. Are you a gamer?
No.
All right, fair. And I think we asked this off camera. Are you a wrestling fan?
No, no. I was when I was a kid, but I didn't translate over.
That's
the standard normal adult answer.
This is a gauge of like a true wrestling fan. Do you remember a match? Is there a match you remember specifically that stood out to you?
No, not at all.
Right.
Well, there you go.
At all.
I've learned that, Matt. I've learned that, Matt. And if this is for the record, if we can put this on the record, you can gauge a fan on how much of a wrestling fan they really are if they can give you a favorite match. And the reason being is normally they can give you the event that it happened at, right? Who the match was between, and whether or not there was a significance to it, like a title or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And those are only three things that generally happen when you're embedded in the wrestling culture, when you actually watch wrestling.
The beach bashes?
Bash of the Beach, baby. The debut of the NWO, son. The debut of the NWO.
Hogan's debut in 94 at Bash at the Beach. The debut of the NWO in 96.
As soon as you said that, like, I saw the theme and everything.
Yeah,
like,
he was the third man. No. There was a third man.
Mabel was the third man.
It was Hogan. There was a third man. You knew who he was.
Swerve, bro.
You didn't know why he was there. And it was to start the New World Order, baby. What you're looking at, brother,
we're probably
is the New World Order of wrestling, brother. This is the New World Order of wrestling, brother.
Or I could just strictly bring on bands that like wrestling.
My favorite wrestling match was when The Undertaker chokeslammed Mankind through a cage onto In-N-Out French fries. I mean, thumbtacks.
You know what? You and your Permane brothers, you go listen to some Mac Miller and some Mark Madden. And shut the hell up.
That was a fucking solid joke. I love how real quick. Okay, well, never mind. I can't. I can't. This dude, is that a fake laugh, brother? Dude?
Yeah, there it is, dude.
No, but you know what that is? That's the.
Yeah,
Bash at the beach. Look at that fucking tent in the background.
Look at the production, dude. The production. Look at the fucking.
Look at the parrot.
Brian, you can attest to this. Didn't my high school birthday party look like this?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Holy shit! You had a bash at the beach with the wrestlers?
No, I had a pool.
This looks like a bat mitzvah.
Yeah.
Please tell me you power bomb somebody into the pool.
Brian did a shooting star press into the pool.
There may be no better bod than that of a 1996 Scott Hall. Let me point that out. Let's go back to that real quick. Can we get Scott Hall in 1996 prime NWO era? Look at this. Look at that.
I mean, I could go older and get some Razor Ramon, but
6'5", fucking who knows how many pounds of man.
Scott Hall looked like
Brian's getting
Scott
lost.
Hall looks like he smelled of vodka and aftershave and nothing
Brian's
else.
Getting lost in Scott Hall's chest hair. I can tell you that. He's fantasizing.
I was more of a curl guy. I was
like he definitely looks like he smokes Marlboro Ultra Lights.
Oh my God. Oh,
no filters, son. Yeah. No filters. What are you talking about?
No filters. 100%.
No filters. What are you talking about?
No filters.
Oh God, Camel non-filters, bro. Definitely.
Scott Hall smokes Virginia Slims.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't smoke at all. I know Randy Orton does.
The way Randy Orton he looks like he smokes crack in that one.
Baby.
Well, Razor Ramon's gimmick was a coke dealer.
Talking about? That's the fucking man. Who you fucking talking to, huh? Razor Ramon.
All wrestlers look like they're potentially closet meth addicts, dude, in that period of time. Like,
that's a fair assessment. Some of them look like I'm gonna allow it.
Like all those wrestlers look like I could see you sitting at the seediest bar where I live for some reason. Like
100%. Are you ready for this? Gilbert 100% was
Dwayne Gill.
Dwayne Gill of Gilbert fame in the WWF.
Job Squad.
Let's get it.
All right, final question. Do you like football? Do you play fantasy football?
I'm just really getting into football, honestly, this year. I'm huge on basketball and baseball, but
did you figure you got 2 NFL teams? You might as well pick one.
Yeah, basically. And like my drummer and my buddy my best friend and my drummer Nick are huge Rams fans, so like I watch a lot of games with them, but it's just, I don't know. I think it was, growing up, we didn't have a really like set team. I'm a little younger. I miss like the Raiders and the Rams when they were here previous. So
we all did.
I just grew up with the Lakers and Dodgers. Like that was it. So
notice he didn't say the Clippers.
No. Why? We got some Clipper fans in here. I'm about to leave right now.
Boot him.
No Clipper fans at all.
But we do have someone on the staff that's a Clipper fan. That's hilarious to me. They get no love in their own city. They don't even get.
What is Jamie a Clipper fan?
No, Jamie's some Washington fan. No, Bernard is a diehard Clipper fan. He owns like 4 Elton Brand jerseys. That's how diehard he is.
I'm gonna see because the Lakers just played right now. I'm gonna see if we won. It hasn't been looking too good, boys. I don't know. If you guys
Anthony Davis has been a hoe for y'all.
Yeah, No,
it's
lost.
Politically correct to call a man that. It's okay.
I heard LeBron's going to trade AD for Bronny.
Hey, he goes to my ex-girlfriend's high school. When me and my ex-girlfriend were dating in high school, she went to Sierra Canyon when it was like nothing, like not as like
it's like a factory now.
And like she played basketball there, and like it was already pretty serious, and now it's like. I watched some of the videos, like other high schools playing that team, and it's like I wouldn't even show up. I would just forfeit the game. Like it's so embarrassing. Yeah. These kids are like alley-ooping and dunking like with precision, not like it's nuts. It's nuts. I think like fucking Drake's dating one of the kids' moms or something.
Yeah, I thought you were about to say
stadium, bro.
Imagine your
what happened?
Drake fucking's at your high school basketball game and you're just like having to play in front of LeBron and Drake. It's like and you don't even go to that school. You're like the visiting team. I'd be
wait a minute.
He's just going because like I'm just going with LeBron to see Bronny play.
He's Kaz showing up to a high school basketball game.
Yo, and he's taking the moms on dates to like pro ball arenas where it's
he rented out Dodger Stadium and just put a dinner table on the fucking first baseline, bro.
What?
So
Google
for just
stadium date.
Just average.
He's just out here slaying everybody.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yes, he's just out here taking everyone.
Yeah, no,
just
Drake
taking it all, man. Taking it all, dude.
Drake.
Can we arrest him already?
The only thing Drake asks for is a name and consent. Most of the time.
Yeah,
the best date he ever had.
Yo, look at that picture. He looks like he got caught up so bad. Like he's like, oh shit. He's looking up like, damn it. Like, and
they go see me eating this whole chocolate cake by myself,
bro. Whose mom is this? Yeah. Get your mom off television.
Honestly,
get your mom off the primetime news.
My girlfriend would be like, she'd be like, this is cool. Like after 10 minutes, she'd be like, why the fuck are we sitting in a stadium? She would be so confused. Like,
it's like, so pointless.
I'm pretty sure that lady, that beautiful lady, it's not on her bucket list to go to fucking and sit and have dinner at fucking that mom, Darcy, with a strange man serving you alcohol, staring at you.
So your name's Drake? Do you like play for the team or something?
Stop!
Yeah, bro, I didn't even realize they had a bartender on the fucking morning track.
He's stunting on. No, stop! You know what he's doing? He's stunting on every normal ass person of all time, and he's going. You know what you can never do? You can never. You could never give a bitch.
Moms.
He's making average moms feel special. Look at this. Look at this.
Average moms feel special. I don't even think we're allowed to say that.
What if you were her son?
Bro, she's not a celebrity. Like,
I know that's the thing. What you mean to tell me you've never eaten on the fucking first baseline of Dodger Stadium? What,
bro? You haven't lived. You ate linguine in front of the dugout.
Will you come with me so I can show you the time of your life? I'm gonna eat your box, by the way. I'm gonna eat your box on home plate. On home plate, I'm gonna eat that box. I'm gonna eat that box so good on home plate. It's gonna be a grand slam, baby girl.
That was the wrong tag.
That was the wrong tag. All Smash Mouth songs are what? Stare at the
Shrek songs.
Our Shrek songs. That's true. And I eat box, just in case anybody was wondering.
All right. So before we get out of here, Michael.
Wait, no. We forgot the most important question. Michael Barr Volumes. This is the most important question of the show. I hope you know that.
Lay it on me.
You have an option. You have an option here, sir. Okay. Your 5 fingers are now going to eject condiments. You get to pick any 5 condiments you want to come out of your fingers for the rest of your life, but you only get 5. Which condiments are coming out of your fingers, sir?
Oof. Okay, so mayonnaise, ketchup.
Wait. Don't. I mean, feel free to get elaborate if you have. They can. What kind of mayonnaise? What kind of ketchup?
Okay. So just what is it? I know it's. But listen, here I have a theory. Mayonnaise and ketchup, because you can mix them into Thousand Island. So if you don't, so it's like you have the mayonnaise, you have the ketchup. If you just want the mayonnaise and the ketchup for whatever, you can use them. If you want to combine them, you can combine them. So that actually gives you a 6 sauce.
You guys want to?
You guys, what Thousand Island is?
Yes, with relish, with relish and onions. That's all it is.
Okay.
Yes.
So then,
listen. You want to really mix it up next time you go to In-N-Out. Mayo and ketchup your burger. Just mayo and ketchup.
What?
Yeah, mayo, ketchup.
Yes, just mayo and ketchup on your mayo and ketchup your In-N-Out burger or whatever P. Terry's, whatever you do next time, Jordan. Mayo and ketchup only. Son, you're gonna wreck your life.
Mayo and ketchup is dude. My whole life is a fucking
with relish and onion.
Matt keeps coming back. He's like,
you didn't know that? You didn't know that?
No.
In-N-Out spreads just Thousand Island. That's all that is.
I knew it was Thousand Island, but I didn't know what made Thousand Island. Like I wasn't. You mix a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's Thousand Island dressing. Like I had no idea.
That's all it is. Every place, every burger place you
what
go to,
song is that?
Their sauce. It's
just made it up.
It's ketchup and mustard, man.
Add some spice or something to it.
Yeah, 40% of it's ketchup. Then I would probably do some vinegar. Just to
you're our first vinegar person.
Hey,
you're our first vinegar.
You got to have a little like acidity sour vibe going on.
Okay.
Oh, this is well thought out. Hot sauce.
Yeah, it is.
Then it would be probably Cholula garlic. They have like a garlic hot sauce that's really bomb.
They're fucking Chipotle lime, son. They're Chipotle lime Cholula.
Any Cholula flavor. If you got to have just one of it, it could be green, it could be red, whatever. Yep. As long as you have the hot sauce, and then the last one probably like I got the vinegar, so maybe chili garlic oil, which is like a Korean.
Yes. They throw it. Yeah.
Then I got this widespread thing going on with the ketchup and the mustard.
No,
then I got the vinegar.
I'm impressed, man. You've added some. I will say you've added some sophistication to this condiment question because we have not had any. It's always been fast food sauces and like maybe we got a barbecue sauce here and there from a fancy place. We're basic
barbecue,
bitches.
Chick-fil-A,
nah, man,
Szechuan.
you hooked it up. You hooked it up and you gave us some class.
You gotta be specific. The next time you gotta go. What's your 5 fast food?
No, because we welcome.
No, we want to see them fail.
Great. Yours were great. Yeah. And ours aren't all fast food. Like A1 was on mine only because of the nostalgia purposes of it.
One of my fingers would dispense KY because you never know.
Arby's sauce.
Arby's sauce, sir, is almost second to none. Arby's sauce is up there. I have a debate.
Might be the best thing about the restaurant.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Swear to God, dude.
It is 100% the best thing.
This episode is definitely not brought to you by Arby's.
All right, let's wrap this baby boy up.
Arby's
we're trying to get out of here.
All right, everyone, make sure you stream the hell out of this new album, Happier, but stream it on like a really obscure streaming device. And
Deezer,
Napster.
Deezer is paying almost a quarter of a penny. Almost a quarter. Get Deezer.
Look, stream it on Deezer so we can make sure that Michael gets more Dookie shirts.
Yeah,
he'll for sure make more money than Spotify.
Woohoo! Where can we find you if we want to stalk your socials or buy merch, buy the album, or like complain when you don't tour to our city?
Oh, dude, that happened. Oh man, that's the number one.
What the fuck? No San Antonio date? You guys are assholes. No South Dakota date?
Yeah, it's always a place like that where I'm like, hey man, I don't know anyone that's played a show in South Dakota in like 10 years.
What do you mean you don't come to DeKalb, Illinois, dick?
Duluth, Minnesota. But yeah, so Volumes LA is like where you can find at Volumes LA is our Instagram. You can find like anything you need information wise on our Instagram. Volumesofficial.com is our website. It's a little bit more intricate. You can find some more stuff there. For me, Michael_Barr on Instagram, and that's pretty much all the platforms I use and where you can find all the information.
I'm gonna keep doing subliminal advertising. If I flash it enough, they'll be forced to buy it.
Yeah.
We got to do this again. You guys are super.
We do, man.
Fun to hang out with. Yeah,
we do. If you're ever in the Central Texas area, Oklahoma, where are you at, Jordan, Pennsylvania?
Pittsburgh.
Where the fucking Steelers
you
hat?
Can't tell. He had the terrible towel going the whole time.
I didn't know, dude. I thought maybe he was like living in Oklahoma or something.
Jordan, if
I live in Fargo, North Dakota.
Wow, no, you don't.
No, you don't, because you just said it Fargo, North Dakota. You just said it like that.
If I want to discuss like Mark Madden sports takes with you, where can I find you? That thing?
That thing right there.
That's
by the way, since we're just shitting on a bunch of shit. Fuck you, Mark Madden. You fucking loser.
Okay, just because he dated your mom that one time, dude. I don't understand.
What? Your mom dated Mark Madden?
Hell no. My mom got better standing.
Your mom dated Mark Madden?
Brian, where can they find you?
Hey, you can find me at Jordan's mom dated markmadden.com, bro. What are you talking about?
Genius.
You can find me at Brian of Death on Instagram and Twitter. You can find my podcast, which has 2 brand new episodes out just for you guys to listen to, at The Common Chaos on Instagram or at The Common Chaos on Twitter or commonchaos.net. That's right. You can listen to the podcast on the website. Check it out, commonchaos.net. And then, of course, for all my dudes out there, I got my grinder. Butt Love and Bri Boy.
They finally let you back on there?
For the unbanned, and I got the brown check mark. It's a brown one. It's a brown check mark.
Yeah.
Looks like a little balloon knot I don't know if you guys are.
Follow both my Twitter accounts. I'm currently banned on Facebook Messenger for telling someone for something very rudely to go watch SmackDown. You can find us all Instagram at iHateTheScene, Twitter at Scene Radio, Twitch.tv, iHateTheScene, Facebook.com/iHateTheScene, and the most important one to feed my children, y'all, YouTube.com/C/iHateTheScene. Find all these links on our Instagram, and you can also find them at iHateTheScene.com. So go and do that. Next week, we will have we're actually going to talk wrestling with someone who likes wrestling. We'll talk it back. We're not going to force it on the guest again. We'll have Joseph Feeney from the Keep It 100 podcast do our year-end wrestling wrap-up. After that, we're going to do our year-end spectacular. It's going to be our top albums of the year and our best and worst guests. Don't worry, Michael. You definitely did not make the worst guest category. Did you make the best guest category?
For sure, man. You're great. You're great.
If you know what? If we had any single women at all on the show, I probably would have gave it to them. But you know, we'll tally those up and have a great year end, dude. And yeah, everyone go stream Happier because it'll make you happy.
Hell yeah! Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
And Brian, you've been inappropriate for the last 3 weeks. Do you have any final words?
You know.
I knew I was fucked.